I'm going to teach you how to make a dried flower crown. It could also be a hat band. For our crowns, we are going to need a piece of wire, a wire cutting tool and bending tool, scissors strong enough to cut dried flower stems, some floral wire, some ribbon or lace or pretty colored string, and some dried flowers. Okay, we're gonna start with the base, which we're using our piece of wire for our base. So what I like to do, this piece is, I don't know, probably 1.5 feet long. We're gonna end up cutting it shorter, but I start with a piece and we're gonna take our wire bending tool and we're gonna take the end here and bend it to make a little loop. Doesn't have to be perfect or beautiful or anything. You just need a loop, something like this, because that's what you're gonna end up putting your piece of ribbon through in the back. So I like to then measure the wire on my head. So you put it up to your head and you're gonna leave a few inches in the back. This is gonna be where your ribbon goes, and it makes the crown adjustable if you have a piece of ribbon back there. So put it up to your head, imagining there's a few inches in the back, and kind of feel where this other end needs to be, leaving a couple inches. Doesn't have to be exact because again, this is going to be adjustable. So mine was about like that. So now I know I need to make my other loop come around right here. So I'm going to cut it, leaving, imagining I have a little bit more wire to make a loop. So I'm going to cut it about 1.5 inches longer than that spot that I measured. And now I'm gonna make a loop on the other side. So now I've got 2 loops. And when I hold it up to my head, there's probably 2 inches in the back there, which is great. So now we are gonna start attaching the dried flowers to our base. So we need our floral wire, and we're gonna attach that first. So take the end of your floral wire and attach it to your base. Just twist it around like so and get it attached. Okay, now we are gonna start attaching our flowers onto our base. So you're gonna make little bundles of flowers. And so you're gonna cut them, use your scissors and cut your stems, to be like 1.5 to 2 inches. When I make my flower bundles, I like to have a combination of a few things. I like some kind of frilly, whimsy, grassy kind of thing. This here is Sweet Annie. I like to have some kind of more filler flower. This is Status. And then some kind of showier flower, Celosia. It's up to you and how you want to do it, how you want your look to be, but I do like to mix a few kind of different looks, and then I'll alternate my bundles with, then the next one will have a few of the same elements, but some different flowers. And sometimes I'll do like 3 different things. Sometimes I'll do 2 different things, but then I'm kind of alternating those different ones along the way. And what we're gonna do is attach them to our base with our floral wire. And you're gonna point your bundle towards your loop. So your very first bundle goes at one of your ends and face it, the flowers facing towards the loop. So you're gonna put it on there, and you're wanting to put it, imagine this is going on your head. So you're wanting to put the flowers towards the outside, not so much on top, not on bottom, but towards the outside, imagining like, okay, it's gonna be like this on your head. So we're gonna start wrapping. Oh, hi kitty. With our floral wire. And you just do a couple of wraps till it feels secure on there. Do 3 or 4 wraps to where it feels like, okay, it's pretty good. Okay, then we're gonna take our second flower bundle and we're gonna add that right on top of our first. And so you're putting it flowers facing the same way, stems facing the same way as the first bundle. And you're putting it right up on top of it, kind of cinching it up tight and completely hiding the stems from the first bundle with your second bundle. And so then you're gonna wrap that one. And you just adjust along the way. Sometimes a flower is not exactly where you want it, and you kind of just adjust things and keep wrapping. Okay, and so we're just gonna repeat this over and over and over. Third bundle goes on top of the second, fourth goes on top of the third, and you're just really putting it up tight to completely hide those stems and prevent any gaps and awkwardness. You just really want to cinch it up tight. So as we get to the end of our crown, towards the end of our wire, towards that second loop, we're gonna actually flip, before you fully get to the end, we're gonna actually take a flower bundle and flip it the opposite direction so that its flowers are gonna be pointed toward this second loop. And there's gonna be a little gap there that we're gonna have to fill with some more flowers. And this is the trickiest part of the whole thing. It takes a little finagling, a little fiddling around, but you just kind of keep messing with it until it looks right. So I'm gonna try to show you this end here. So we've got our flowers. Right now they're all pointing this way. We're gonna take a bundle, flip it around the other way so that it's pointing towards our loop, our wire loop. And you got to make the stems pretty short at the end here, shorter than you have been probably. And so you're gonna put your bundle facing the other way, and there's gonna be a little gap there. I'm gonna actually cut my stems shorter because you try to minimize the gap as much as you can, but we're gonna be filling that regardless. So my bundle's going the other way, and I'm gonna wrap that. And just take your time with this part because this is the trickiest part usually. So we're gonna wrap that a couple of times. So now you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. But both of my wires have flowers, you know, kind of pointing towards them and covering them, which is gonna look nice on the ends there. So now we're just gonna fit some flowers in here the best we can. You kind of work them into the stems around and just gently wrap the wires all around them the best you can. So at the end here where we're filling in our last little gap, We're just slowly adding a couple flowers and grasses at a time and just filling the space. And right at the end here, you know, you can take a couple of bigger flowers and just fill the last space. With something that looks good and covers that wire. And then just slowly work your wire in for the last time. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 last times. And then we take our wire on the back and cut, leave about, I don't know, 2 inches or so, and cut it. And then you're gonna take this wire, and I like to bend it to make a little bit of a curve, and you're gonna fish it through all these bits of wire that you see on the back. You're just gonna fish it through them to kind of fasten it. And so I'll take it around and loop, and take it around another piece and loop it. Do that a couple of times. And then when it feels like, okay, that's not going anywhere, then I'll just fish the rest of that in somewhere. And if it still feels like it's a little sparse on your spot where that's a gap, you can still weave a couple of dried flowers in there and just make it look a little more full and how you want it to be. Okay, so when we have all of our flowers attached on the wire all the way around, now we're gonna put our ribbon on the back through our little wire holes. So you're gonna take a piece of ribbon. Let's see, mine is about 32 inches long. Doesn't have to be anywhere near exact. So you're gonna put the ribbon through one of the wire hoops and put it through the other wire loop. And then these 2 pieces, you'll be able to tie a bow on the back. So then we're gonna measure it on our head and tie a little bow from the back. Get a helper if you can't do it on your own. And now we have a flower crown. They're really fun to wear. You could wear them for a special event, for a photo shoot, just to add a little whimsy to your day, whatever you feel. It's your flower crown, or not. You could give it as a gift. They make wonderful gifts. But mostly, hope you enjoyed the process. I think being creative is such a good thing to do for yourself. So get out there and make something. And if you like this flower crown tutorial, please let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. Flowers and Bits has a lot more fun, creative projects coming your way soon. So check them out.